Hello students, today we are going to see the next poem, The Inch-Shaped Rock. In this poem, poet wants to tell us that if someone had done the right thing, good thing for the community, for the people, then he would be praised by the people. He would be honored by the people. But if someone had done the bad thing, the wrong thing about the people, about the community, then he would be punished at the end. Sometimes it would be punished by law, and if he would come out from the prison, he would survive from the police, she would be punished by nature, by God. So here poet tells us that we have to do only good things and we should not do anything bad for anyone. We should not think badly, negatively about someone else. Because if we did something bad, then we have to pay the price. We have to face some problems. We have to face punishment by some way. So, poet tells us, if possible, then you just do good things. You just do right things. That is important. And if it is not possible, then you should not do either good things or bad things. You should remain silent, neutral. But at least you should not do the bad things. That is the message given by the poet. No steer in the air, no steer in the sea. The ship was as still as she could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. This first stanza describes that there was no movement in the sea. The sea was silent. There were no high tides, strong waves in the sea. Sea was quite silent. The air was also flowing slowly. There was not a strong wind flowing out there. There were some ships anchored on the seashore. So the ships were also still, standing still. Her sails from heaven received no motion. The wind was flowing slowly, and because of that, the ship was not moving here and there. There were no movement of that ship. Ship was still. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Keel, here keel means a large beam under the ship. So that beam was still in the sea and it was steady. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves flowed over the inch-shaped rock. So little they rose, so little they fell. They did not move the inch-shaped bell. The waves were coming slowly towards the shore. There were no high tides in the sea. The water or the waves were not coming with high speed, and that's why poet said the waves were small. Their height was low tides, low waves. So little they rose. Whenever the water of the sea came towards the shore, the small waves came towards the shore. So at that time the waves were rising slowly. There was no height in those waves. So little they fell because of slow waves. There was no speed. There was no force behind the waves, and that's why it could fall short on the shore. They did not move the inch-shaped bell. What is inch-shaped bell? I want to tell you about the inch-shaped bell. It was a bell, and the abbot of Aberbrothock, he had put that bell on the inch-shaped rock near the Scotland shore. He had put that bell in order to indicate the sailors, in order to indicate the mariners where they are actually, what was their location. When the sea was violent, at that time the waves were rising very high and coming towards the shore, and then because of those waves, because of those tides, they could move the inch-shaped bell. They could move the bell because the water rapidly spread on the shore, and the bell was put on the shore by the abbot of Aberbrothock. So whenever the waves were coming rapidly, suddenly, at that time, it could spread water on the shore, on the bell. So bell could move. So bell could run, and the sound of that bell could heard easily by the mariners, by the sailors who were present on their ships in the sea. In this way, the abbot of Aberbrothock, he had helped the mariners, he had helped the sailors by putting the bell on the inch-shaped rock. So whenever the sea was silent, at that time the bell could not move, and whenever there were no high tides, in the sea. At that time also the bell could not move, and the bell could be seen by long distance, because if the atmosphere in the sea it was clear, then the bell could be seen easily from far away. So in this way the bell was helpful. They did not move the inch-shaped bell, so small waves could not move the bell. Water could not reach to the bell because there was no wind. Wind was flowing slowly. Wind was running slowly. The abbot of Abertha had placed that bell on the inch-shaped rock. The abbot of Abertha, he was the head of the abbey, means monk, and he wanted to help the mariners. He wanted to help the sailors. So he had put that bell on the shore. He had placed that bell on the shore in order to help the people, common people, poor people. Why he had placed that bell on the shore? In order to help the poor people, in order to help the mariners and sailors, because when there was no bell, before the abbot of Abertha put that bell there, before that the sailors and mariners, they were crashed on that inch-shaped rock. So in this way there were so many ships had made an accident near the inch-shaped rock, because there is a range of rocks, and that is called as inch-shaped rock. So there were some accidents happened before the abbot of Abertha had put that bell at the inch-shaped rock. After that accident, Sir Ralph the Rover, he was a pirate, he was a thief, and there were some people with him. So there was a gang of pirates, there was a gang of thieves. What they do? They could took the disadvantage of the ships who had made the inch-shaped rock, who had crashed on inch-shaped rock, who had made an accident. So Sir Ralph the Rover, he took the disadvantage of sailors and mariners. After that accident, when the ship was crashed on that rock, then the Ralph the Rover and his men, they had robbed that ship. They had robbed the people on the ship. In this way, Sir Ralph the Rover, he was making the money. He was achieving the wealth. So it was not good, and that's why, in order to protect the people, the abbot of Aberbrotha, he had put that bell on the seashore at the Inchcape Rock. Had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock on a buoy. In the storm, it floated and swung. Whenever the sea was violent, whenever the wind was flowing rapidly, fastly, at the same time the waves were also high in the sea. The waves were coming with high speed on the shore. So the bell was placed by abbot of Aberbrotha on the seashore. He could put a strong rod into rock, and the bell was attached to that rod. Buoy means a floating object, means it could remain on the surface, it could remain above the water. So the bell was attached, the bell was hanging to that buoy. The buoy was also used to mark the dangerous places in the sea. And over the waves, its warning rung. When the sea was violent, the bell was hidden under the water. The bell was hidden under the waves, but it could move because of strong wind, and the water splashed on the bell. The water sprayed on the bell, so it could move. It could run, and because of that, the sailors, mariners who were present in the sea on their ships, they could understand their location. They could understand where was the Inchcape Rock situated. When the rock was hid by the sun's swell, the mariners heard the warning bell. Like I told you earlier, that the bell was not seen by the mariners whenever the sea was violent, because it could hidden under the water. But the sound of the bell, it could be heard easily. And then they knew the perilous rock. And when they heard the sound of that bell, they could know the location of the rock. And blessed the abbot of Aberbrotha. Here blessed means blessed. This word is written in Old English, so it is not blessed, it is blessed, because that bell was put by the abbot of Aberbrotha. So whenever the mariner, the sailors, they knew about the bell. They could praise, they could honor the abbot of Aberbrothock. And because of this admiration, because of this honor which is given to Aberbrothock, Sir Ralph the Rover, he was jealous about the abbot of Aberbrothock. The sun in heaven was shining gay on that day. The climate was different. The climate was looking fresh because the sun was warming the earth very happily. The sun rays coming on the earth, and because of that the climate was looking beautiful, wonderful. All things were joyful on that day. Poet said all things were happy on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled around. The seabirds were flying here and there in the sky. At the same time, the birds were screaming out of joy, because of joy. The birds were moving here and there in the sky, and there was joyance in their sound. There was a lot of joy in the voice of, in the sound of birds. There was a lot of happiness in the sound which made by the birds. Poet said it was looking that after that day something bad could happen. So it was like a good day before something good bad happen. दुसऱ्या दिवशी काहीतरी वाईट घडणार आहे आणि म्हणून आजच्या दिवशीचा दिवस हा खूप आनंदी आहे असं कवीला वाटत असतं. असा तो दिवस असतो, सगळीकडे आनंदी आनंद असतो, सगळं आनंदी वातावरण असतं, प्रसन्न वाटत असतं. The buoy of the Inchcape Bell was seen. Now, in the next stanza, poet said, the sea was quiet, the sea was silent, and because of that, that Inchcape Bell could be seen easily from far away. A darker speck on the ocean green. The whole sea was green. The water was green. But there was a dark spot at some distance at the Inchcape rock. Sir Ralph the Rover walked his deck. Sir Ralph the Rover, who was pirate, who was thief, he was present on his ship, and he was watching, he was observing the bell, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. He had decided something in his mind, and that's why he was observing, he was watching the bell very carefully. She had fixed his eyes on the bell. Might be she was angry about the bell. She was angry about the abbot of Aberbrothock. She felt the cheering power of spring. He was watching the bell. He was observing the bell, and like I told you earlier, he had decided something in his mind. There was some thoughts in his mind. So what he wanted to do, poet tells us in the next stanza. He felt the cheering power of spring. He was looking happy. The abbot of Aberbrothock, he was looking happy. He was in a cheerful mood. He was trying to cheer his men. It made him whistle. He was whistling. He was making noise. He was making sound because he was happy. It made him sing. He could sing a song. He could murmur a song. So he was in a good mood, happy mood. So he was humming a tune, a song. His heart was mirthful to excess. His heart was mirthful to excess. Means he was so much happy. His heart was filled with happiness. He was happy, but he could not measure his happiness. But the rover's mirth was wickedness. But poet said there was a bad reason behind his happiness. He was not happy for the good thing. He was not happy for the right thing. Like we have seen in the earlier stanza, he had decided something. So he had decided a wrong thing. He wanted to do something bad. His eye was on the inch-shaped float. Now he was watching the bell. Quoth he, my men, put out the boat. Quoth means said. He told his men, take me to the inch-cape rock. My men, put out the boat. Means he told his men that you should take the boat into sea and row me to the inch-cape rock. And he was present on the ship. He was present on the boat. So after that he told his men, take me to the inch-cape rock, and I will plague the abbot of Aberbrothock. He also told them that he would make the abbot of Aberbrothock nervous. He wanted to give him some unhappiness. So he wanted to make him trouble. He wanted to cause him a pain. He wanted to give him pain. The boat is lowered. The boatmen was pushed down into sea, and the pirate, the Ralph the Rover, Sir Ralph the Rover, and all other pirates, they were going towards the Inchcape Rock. They went, or their boat, their ship went towards the Inchcape Rock. And to the Inchcape Rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat. Sir Ralph the rover, he bent down from the boat when the boat was reached near the Inchcape Bay. So he could bend down from the boat and then he could cut down the bale. He cut the bale from the Inchcape float, and then he had cut down the bale from that buoy, from that stick. That stick was put into the rock on the seashore. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. The bell was going down while making a noise, gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. When we put a stone into water, we take a stone and put into water. At that time, when the stone was sinking down, when the stone is sinking down in the water, at that time it makes some noise that is called as gurgling sound. So the bell was sinking down while making the noise. The bubbles rose and burst around. When we take a stone and put into the water, into river, into well, or into lake, at that time, when we put the stone into water, the stone is going down and some bubbles come above the water, come above the surface, and it bursts around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abbot of Abertha. After cutting the bill, the Ralph the rover, he was talking with his men. He told them that now the bell is no more. The bell is reached. The bell is down under the water at the bottom of sea. So if tomorrow or from this moment in the future, if someone comes at this place, he would not praise the abbot of Abertha. So in this way, Sir Ralph the rover, he had destroyed what Sir Abbot of Abertha had done for the common people, for the mariners, for the sailors. So in this way, we have seen I hope you can understand what I have tell you, what I have taught you. Please like, comment and share the channel. Thank you for watching.